I'm gonna go over my TW200 upgrades. What should you do? What works, what doesn't? I don't have all those answers, but protect your hands, protect your levers. Highly recommend getting some decent hand guards, the heavy ones, not the cheap crap ones. Like I've seen some guys, they got hand guards and they come out across here, but they're not actually attached here. I've seen, don't get those. So they will fold them the first time you drop your bike. And if you're buying hand guards, you're probably riding off road, in which case you're almost guaranteed to drop your bike. Don't buy the garbage ones, buy good ones. Aftermarket bars, Pro Taper or Renthal, whatever, much better than factory. They don't bend so easily. And you can choose the riding position in which you want to use, which is nice. I don't like branding, but I'll just get that fixed. I'll wrap it in something else. Aftermarket turn signals, I like those. I wanted matching turn signals front and rear, and so got those off Amazon. Super cheap. Don't expect longevity out of them, but for now, they are adequate. J&S headlight. Feels kind of cheap, and light output's mediocre. I've heard some people say that it's amazing, it's way better, it's awesome. No, it's not. A good LED headlight in the factory headlight housing is better output of light, in my opinion, or at the very least equal to. And I didn't like the factory headlight. It looked way too 1980 for my liking, so it had to go. I like the modern, so I'll go with this. I don't think, if you don't mind the look of the factory one, don't waste your money on getting this one, because it's not better enough to justify spending that kind of money. You're way better off to go buy a pair of LEDs off Amazon or whatever and get just as much benefit light output wise for a tenth the money. 20, 30 bucks, done, rather than spending 200 bucks on a headlight that's, if it's better at all, it's barely better, light output wise. Me, I bought it because I wanted the looks, and I was hoping it would be better than it is. I don't mind. It's fine. And I'm gonna put a vinyl on there from maybe iPad or something, like a screen protector, just to keep it from getting scratched. The Baja Squadron Sports, wicked light output. Big money, but wicked light output. So this bike, when I bought it, had this. This is an aftermarket fender, which I like. And normally the stock fender sits right close to the tire. And obviously this one's way up here because it came with the bracket. I welded these brackets on here so I can mount my Squadrons. And I think it looks good, especially now that I've had it powder coated. Even the Squadrons, these are stainless. I got it powder coated black so that it's just more blacked out. Because as you see, I didn't buy the chrome headlight. I bought the blacked out one. Same thing with the Bajas. I black out everything I can. This tire is the Kenda. I do like the Kenda. It has never slipped on me on the road at all, even when riding somewhat aggressively. It's the 510. I think I would rather have the 480. But it is a good tire. I would recommend it to anybody at any time without hesitating. It's much better, the Deathwing, the factory tire. From what I hear, can slip on you. I've never actually ridden on it. I have no opinion. Certainly not my own opinion. I got powder coated this bar here, which is nice. I'm focusing on it so you can see it put in pictures. You step back. Once you have that made black, whether you paint it, powder coat it, whatever, it just disappears. It makes this whole side of the bike look so much cleaner. Also, I powder coated both heat shields. I got the Aftermarket Exhaust from DG. I like this one better. I think it's better looking. Little disappointed. This is a sticker, like just a cheap sticker, but taking it off actually makes it, it's not my thing. I prefer the looks of it like that, but I know the sticker's going to wear terribly, and I'm going to end up taking it off in the long run. But the sticker's crap. The carburetor, nothing to look at, but I got a jet kit on the way. because I got the DG exhaust, it's going to flow a little freer. So I have a jet kit, but I need one more jet. It's in the mail on the way. Plus I need the gasket kit for the other side, the stator side, because I've done sprockets front and rear and an X-ring chain. I have another video I made this 1 notch tighter, which is the only option, 1 notch tighter, 1 notch looser. I made it 1 notch tighter so that the rear suspension would not be so soft and flimsy. North Okanagan powder coaters. They powder coated everything for me. As you can see, let's see if I can get the focus even better. I don't know. But this is it's called Sentex. It's black, it's textured, it's matte finish, and I did gloss black for everything else except for my bracket up here. This bracket here that holds the fender and my Bajas, that's also textured. But most things I got powder coated were powder coated in the gloss finish, gloss black, which I like. The rear tire, I couldn't find any options I liked, so I went with the stock, because the stock rear tire actually isn't bad on these. It's the front tire that they refer to as the death wing. It'll let go on the street for no apparent reason. You know, apparently, like I said, I never rode on it. I know nothing about it for first-hand wise. This rear tail light is obviously not factory. It's got some rust showing, a little fatigue. It was on here when I bought the bike. I don't like it. I like the way it looks, but it just doesn't have the light output I would like. It's kind of like a candle in the dark. My brother-in-law and stuff, when I'm riding with him, said, you know, it's not half as bright as the factory one. It's a motorcycle. You want to be able to be seen from behind. So I need to do something about that. This rack is very good. It's very nice, good quality, kind of small. I like it being small. I want to do something with conduit and whatnot and make my own, like bolt-on extension to it. Something with like a flat bar across here and then bars that come down the side here and across to where the passenger foot pegs were. Because when I go camping and stuff, I need more space. And I need the bags to not get in the way, my saddlebags and stuff, not to get in the way of the rear tire. So I'm going to do something there, but I want it so that I can take it on and off and have it so it's not damaging the bike at all. And utilize maybe the back passenger seat. I also noticed last night when I was looking at it, there is a significant amount of space between the factory rear luggage pad and the proper rack. I am leaning towards making something that slides in there, maybe a toolkit or something that slides in there and locks into place, because that is a significant amount of wasted space. I don't like that. So it needs to be redone. And as I said, I have to take this cover off. And what I want to do is I'm going to do an oil change when I do it, but I need the gasket. I haven't got the gasket yet. Once I get the gasket, I've already got a new front sprocket. I put the rear sprocket on when I did the tire, and then I got an X-ring chain. So when that gasket shows up, it comes with my jets. So I'm going to clean out that carburetor and rebuild it with all brand new jets. And I want to put on my rear sprocket and chain, tighten everything up, because I haven't even, the rear swing arm still not tightened yet. And I'll torque everything to spec, and she will be good to go for another season. And then last but not least, we have the skid plate. The factory skid plate made out of aluminum foil. Not great. As you can see right here, see if I can get it to zoom. Yeah. See a big chunk, or little chunk I should say, but that's from a rock, okay? If that were the tin skid plate, it would just fold. And what's directly behind that? Yeah, exactly. I mean, you see all the scratches and stuff, it's from being laid down. You need a proper skid plate. If you're gonna ride off-road, I mean, lots of guys, they basically ride in grass fields and on the street. That's fine, whatever. But if you ride like me and my brother-in-law and his friends and stuff, we're out in the Rockies. You need a real skid plate. If you don't have a real skid plate, you're asking for trouble. So that's my TW200 as it sits at the moment.